Action. What is your name?
Lonnie W. Mitchell.
Your age?
I am 62 years old right now.
Your armed service division?
I served 4 years in the United States Marine Corps. I served 13 months, 4 days, 8 hours, 28 minutes in Vietnam. I did a 18-month tour in Iwakuni, Japan, and the rest of the time was stateside.
Where specifically did you serve?
I served in the I Corps area south of Da Nang in Vietnam. We were provided security for one of the largest artillery batteries south of Da Nang. And from that base camp area that I was at, we ran patrols and ambushes around in a 360 around that base camp hill where I was at.
Okay. Were you drafted or did you enlist?
I was drafted into the Army, and when I went down to the indoctrination center, I ran into 5 of the classmates, and we all joined the Marine Corps on the buddy plan. And we all went through basic training and ITR, advanced infantry training, and then after we got ready to go to Vietnam, we went 6 different ways. So,
what items or did you always carry with you?
basically, overseas, I was in Vietnam. I was in the infantry, so my weapon that I carried for the first 6 months was like an M14 with a jungle, the jungle camouflage utilities, all the necessary, equipment that I needed for when we was go out and hunt for the enemy,
Okay. What do you recall on your first day of service?
First thing I thought about, what did I get myself into? That was the first thing, because when I first got into the country of Vietnam, before I joined my outfit, I had to help take dead bodies off a helicopter that I was getting ready to get on to go join my outfit. And the first thing I thought, I said, oh my God, what did I get myself into, I mean, when I had to do something like that, I was 19 years old. I mean, first time away from home, so boy, that was really an experience for me,
Okay. What did being in the war feel like?
At first, I can't say that I wasn't scared, because I was. Anybody tell you they go into combat and say they wasn't scared, they lying, because anytime that your life is threatened, you're going to be scared. And it was just I just kind of prayed to the Lord that, hey, let me make it and go from there. I took one day at a time. That's about all you could do,
Okay. What was constantly on your mind?
Coming home. Hurry up my time up going home. Because when I was in the country over there, the area where I was at, it seemed like I wasn't even on this planet, It felt like, everything was primitive. I mean, back in the caveman days, the people lived in grass huts, no running water, no street lights, no 7-Eleven on the corner. I mean, it felt like I wasn't on this planet, and I'm thinking, this is the 21st century, and that people live like this, that was the first thing that I thought about, that the way the people lived over there was, it was just hard for me to understand that, this is the 20th century, and we had people living like this over here, but few times I was there, I would go into an area that looked like a paradise. And a few times I went into some jungle. The jungle was so thick, I thought King Kong and Godzilla was going to come out that jungle. I mean, it scared me that bad, sometimes. But overall, it was war.
Okay. How did you stay in touch with your family?
Oh, we had to, write over there during that time that I can write 100 letters a day and just write the address and write free, and we mail it home. But you know, the folks mail me a letter or send me a package, they had to put stamps on it. All I had to do was just write free,
Hmm.
and mail it off every day.
Okay. What or whom did you miss the most?
My wife and daughter. At the time I went over, I had got married just before I went into the Marine Corps, and I had a little girl, my oldest child, which she's 43 now, but she was just a baby when I went in.
Okay. How did you entertain yourself?
Well, we listened to the Armed Forces radio, or somebody would had a cassette recorder, and different guys, folks would send them tapes of music and stuff like that. That's pretty much about the way we entertained ourselves at the time.
Okay. Did you keep a personal diary or journal?
I did a photo albums. No, I didn't. You know, I didn't write anything. I took a lot of pictures. I took a lot of pictures.
Can you show us that photo album?
Sure, right. This is a Marine Corps uh, cap with the sword and white gloves. This is a you would wear this with what they would call the dress blues. You know, if you was going to something formal. You know, and this is a pretty much basic about. This is MCRD San Diego, California, where I went through basic training before I went to Vietnam, and I'm not sure exactly. Okay, like one side is Marine Corps, the Navy of San Diego, and the airport. So, but this is, you know, this is pretty much what the Marine Corps was, you know, basic training was done in San Diego, California. And I mean, it was pretty extensive training too. I mean, you know, like I say, everything was based on to be no doubt in your mind that you was there prepared to go to war, and that when you went, that it wasn't a doubt in your mind that you were prepared to kill. You know, because that's basically all the Marine Corps training was. This is when we first came in. You know, the clothes that we wore, we box them up, put them in boxes, and sit at home. This is how they, you know, it's pretty much self-explanatory. These are the Quonset huts that we stayed in. But that was the M14 when we got our rifles. And they teach you how to drill, how to walk. I mean, they taught everything in the Marine Corps was taught on the 8th grade level. At that time was about the kill. You know, it was either kill or be killed, and everything in the Marine Corps they taught you was when we would go to chow, we had to stop in front of a mirror and salute yourself and then say kill, kill, kill. I mean, that was the Marine Corps' motto at that time. Was, you know, it was just that you was brainwashed. Overall, you know, during my time in Vietnam, you know, I guess I could say I was one of the lucky ones. I was in the infantry and out looking for the enemy, but lucky enough that I didn't get wounded or didn't get shot. And I had 14 confirmed kills. That was you know, that I got credit for.
Okay. Can you tell us about a couple of your memorial experiences, memorable?
From Vietnam,
Yes.
I could say the outfit that I was in, I know of one guy that I knew got pretty close with that got killed, that kind of touched me, more so than any. You know, I knew at times, all the guys that I knew that went on R&R and came back to the United States or went to Hawaii to see their families. When they came back, they got killed. A lot of them, But other than that, that's about it on the memorial. I did go see the Vietnam Memorial, the wall. I mean, it was a couple of people on there that I, knew personally, that was in a different branch of the service, that I knew. That was kind of touching to see. And one year, as I belonged to a club called the Buffalo Soldiers, and they brought the memorial wall to Oklahoma City, and we kind of escorted it in town, and went out to the cemetery to where they had it set up, and help people look for different answers on the wall. It's kind of depressing, really, to see something like that. But
okay, is there any honors that you gained, been awarded to? Any awards, certificates?
Just I didn't get the Medal of Honor or anything like that, but I did get the Silver Star with the gold leaf palm, which was awarded to me. Well, to me and my whole outfit, because of different actions that campaigns, what they call, when we go out into the jungles and do certain ribbons, different things, for different what we call operations. I mean, like I say, I got this Silver Star with the gold leaf palm. There was everybody in my outfit actually got it, because it was a company. And another thing I wanted to mention, at the time I was there, Johnson was president. His son-in-law was my CO for the first 6 months. Captain Robb, I think last I heard that he was governor of Virginia. And when he gave me my first promotion from PFC to corporal, to E4, which was a corporal. And he was, he was all right, but I mean, at the time, he was the president, Johnson was president, and that was his son-in-law, so they didn't let him see too much action. So, but that was the good thing. But when he left, everything I owned, I had on a pack from my neck down to my ankles. And I roamed the jungles for the rest of the time that I was in Vietnam until my time was up.
Well, thank you, sir. It has been a pleasure.